breaking the fourth wall.
Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Post-Show Rewind for March 11th, 2024. I am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, back again on the show from last week. I was off getting married. Glad to be back. By the way,
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you guys so much. And by the way, that is at PW Hipster across the board, the Pro Wrestling Hipster over on Facebook, which I will say is where I do most things. But gentlemen, let's introduce ourselves and hop right into what was tonight's lengthy main event match.
After you, senor.
Okay. Well, you can find me wherever I'm Eduardo Bates. Today, I know it's the return of Tyler, but it's a sad day, so I don't want to talk too much.
And as always, guys, I am that NoobTube on all the social media platforms. There are way too many to name, so I'm not going to name them all. I'm just going to sit down, show down, and hang out with these two gentlemen discussing that finish.
All right, so
like, what the hell?
The main event was the Gauntlet match. Which was set up to determine who will face Gunther in the Intercontinental Championship match.
Spoilers, Tyler.
It is not me. I wouldn't want to wrestle Gunther, to be completely blunt.
I was ready for that.
The match featured Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Chad Gable, Big Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, and J.D. McDonough. And shocker of shocks, I think, for most folks, Sami Zayn picks up the win in 42 minutes. Well, the entirety of the match was 42 minutes to head to WrestleMania and face Gunther. Guys, we'll kind of run this down here. It was, like I said, we're looking at a match. It was just a hair over 40 minutes. But we'll pop back to the beginning of the match. So the match began with Ricochet and J.D. McDonough squaring off. And guys, I got to say, like, pretty solid open to this match. What do you guys think? We'll talk about the finish when we get to the finish. I know y'all have got words about the finish. We'll get there when we get there. But we're going to start at the top of the match here.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh, this was
it was good. You know, it was like all these gauntlet matches that they do. So they have this big beginning of the match. So it was good, but we'll talk about later about the finish of the match.
Honestly, I was excited to see Ricochet actually getting some screen time finally.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. You know,
and I was sad that his wife said Ricochet is eliminated.
She probably started swearing under her breath when he lost.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Samantha.
Yeah.
She's like, shit. That's exactly how it didn't go.
But yeah, they had a solid match. I mean, hell, it would have been just a great match with just McDonough and Ricochet.
No, agreed.
And it's nice to see also McDonough get a little bit of shine. He really, you know, for the most part, with the Judgment Day, feels like he's just there to take losses, which, I mean, he's still there to kind of do as he lost to Ricochet at the 12-minute mark of the match, which brought out Big Bronson Reed. I'm really trying to stress that big, you know.
Big Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed comes out, and he makes pretty big meat planet work of Big Bronson. Makes pretty quick work of Ricochet. I think Ricochet only lasted about 3 minutes in there because it was the 15-minute mark of the overall match that Ricochet, choked on my words there, that Ricochet took that loss. Then we had Sami Zayn make his way out. And, did you just boo Sami Zayn?
Yes.
The man that nearly toppled the bloodline. Boo. Oh, goodness. But so we had Sami Zayn come out. Booing Sami Zayn again.
Yes.
The fans were behind Sami pretty quickly here. And it was about 7 minutes, and Sami eliminates Reed.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't want Big Bronson Reed to continue in this match.
I couldn't go with that one. I gotta be that guy to say it.
You're telling me you see Big Bronson Reed and Gunther at WrestleMania this year?
No.
I said before, I think last episode. I mean, you weren't here for that, but I said last episode, the two people I couldn't see going through were Big Bronson Reed and Lord Farquaad, JD McDonough. Those two. And I was right. They didn't get it. So yes. I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you need the seeing powers of Nostradamus to have known that those men were not going to win this match, but still, nonetheless,
it was a tsunami.
Meat planet.
He made a big show to compare with Shinsuke Nakamura against Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good appearance for Bronson Reed.
And I think he always looks good. It's just one of those things, like, they have such a deep roster. It's just like, what do you do with some of these guys, you know?
Faction?
So it's like, Hunter loves him some factions. So,
8-man.
8-man? 8-man? Always 8-man.
2 women.
Tags.
Oh, no, sorry.
Every week.
That's Teddy. He's not here right now. Listen, playa. Anyways.
One-on-one with The Undertaker, man. One-on-one with The Undertaker. But,
what's next?
Yeah, but so on his way out there, Reed took some cheap shots at Sami as Nakamura was making his way to the ring. And Nakamura took his sweet time getting to the ring. Commentary pointed that out multiple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we had Nakamura and Zayn going at it. And again, in true Nakamura fashion, Nakamura ends up getting eliminated here. But holy hell. Again, when you get guys like Sami and Nakamura in there, you know that they're going to deliver some heavy-hitting spots. I mean, like, Sami got the shit kicked out of him at one point during that match.
Shit looking to end Sami Zayn on her announced.
There went his rings. They're all gone now.
Well, Sonic's screwed.
Good times. Well, not good times for Sami Zayn in that particular instance. But so with the elimination of Nakamura, that brought us to the last man in the Gauntlet, and that was Chad Gable. And guys, as soon as the order became apparent, my gut kind of dropped a little bit, because we have talked about this ad nauseum on this show, and everyone watching, everyone watching live, on delay, YouTube, wherever you're watching us, that I'm a Chad Gable guy. We're all pretty much big Chad Gable guys here. Yeah, we all love Chad Gable. And going into this match tonight, Chad Gable, I think, was the incredibly obvious choice to win this match. But when he came out, I was like, man, this just kind of puts Chad in a rough spot, because the crowd's behind Sami. People like Sami. And now, man, you're going to have to beat Sami. And I'm like, that's just kind of sad. And then he didn't. He didn't beat Sami, which I think might be more sad than had he actually beaten Sami.
The question you have to ask at the end of the day is, like, could we see a triple threat down the road for the belt, or no?
I hope so. I truly hope so.
No, but would it be Gunther, Sami, and Gable, or would somehow Sami lose his spot and Gable goes one-on-one? One-on-one? Or triple threat?
Triple threat.
Triple threat?
I guess will be a triple threat. I said this the last show. I was scared about Sami Zayn, because all this about he needs to be champion. And I understand that Sami had this big story with the bloodline, and all the people, all the planet love Sami Zayn. But also, I think wrestling, it's about moments. And I think this was the moment from Chad Gable. Sami already had this moment last year in WrestleMania, in the main event of WrestleMania. I hope that this is like a plan for Triple H to have this triple threat, and you need this big name like Sami Zayn to, I don't know, make the audience happy and no, I don't know, to make the match more like for the most people famous, but
Yeah.
I think this was the moment of Chad Gable, and I'm sad. I'm really sad about
So
this final of the show.
I just thought of a really, really crazy one, only because it happened during the match. But you guys saw how Chad kept like ankle locking like, over and over.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not that I wish for this kind of stuff for people, but what if they ran an ankle injury angle and like in like 2 weeks he was like, I can't fight, and then Gable gets thrown in. That's
maybe, but like I see too where Eduardo's coming from. That like by kind of putting, if they are going to go forward with the triple threat kind of angle, it does make the match seem a little bigger having Sami in it. I think that while we certainly view Chad Gable as the potential superstar that he is, I don't know that the general audience, your week to week audience that doesn't analyze it and talk about it in the way that we do, I don't know that they view Chad Gable at that level. But Sami is someone that they do view as a main event caliber wrestler. So by putting him in there, it could excuse it. But I don't know if that weakens a potential victory for Gable, or hell, it could just be Sami and Gunther. If it is just Sami and Gunther at WrestleMania, do you have Sami beat Gunther?
I think at this point, anybody. But we'd like to have Gable. Yeah.
No. No.
Subtleties.
Agreed.
Who could that have been?
Agreed. No, I agree with the black box voice that popped up there.
Yeah,
I agree.
But like,
I don't see Sami Zayn winning to Gunther.
I mean, hands down, the three of us plus the anonymous voice can agree that Gable.
It's Gable. We're all Gable. We're Team Gable here at Dirt Sheet Radio.
We're not yelling
on the Raw Rewind.
We're not yelling shoosh.
Now, hold on. Actually, speaking of shoosh, during the entrances tonight, and I didn't know if I just missed it. Did they have the shoosh on?
They probably
Gable's
did, but they just cut it like past it because time restraints and stuff like that.
I was just hoping they were cutting it out completely and we wouldn't hear it anymore, because I feel like he needs to move past that shit. Shoot. Thank you. It's the thank you that really gets me. I don't like the thank you. I always thought that was just bad.
Today I saw a more serious Chad Gable.
A title contender?
Yeah, like a gentleman, because he needs to stand with Sami Zayn one-on-one and all this. I truly think they will do the triple threat, because we have more weeks for WrestleMania. So you at the end of the match, you have the hug and all of this. I truly think they will do the triple threat.
Well, not to mention the fact that wouldn't it be a bigger win for him if he took down two people in the triple threat? Yeah.
Well, and it's one of those things where if they go with the triple threat and Gable does win, they really could pull it where they don't have Gunther take the loss.
See, anonymous voices on our side. Woo!
That's what I said last week.
Yeah,
maybe they did a triple threat to make Gunther not lose.
Yep, and then he can just move on to his world title program that we know is coming in the future for him. And
it's definitely be a sweet angle.
It's good for business.
Gunther he can always carry that he technically never lost.
Gunther wins the world title. Imperium wins tag belts. Let them go for a few months.
And they just run roughshod.
Maybe Gunther will win everything, but I want
even the women's belts.
I want first Chad Gable.
Okay, first Chad Gable, and then Gunther gets every title in the company, all of
even
them.
The women's belt.
And I know in the arena, everyone was happy with Sami.
Yeah, they were.
But now, I don't know if all the people is gonna be happy that for now we have only one-on-one, because I read a lot of comments in groups on Facebook now saying Sami Zayn is overrated wrestler and all this stuff. And I understand that they are mad, you know.
Well, this kind of came up in a little bit of the kind of the pre-production meeting, we'll call it. It's more than us just chatting before we go live. It's a pre-production meeting. But like Sami's gimmick is, they're kind of trying to force him back into that underdog gimmick. And I feel like after you've won a match in the main event of WrestleMania, I don't think you get to be classified as an underdog really for the rest of your career. I felt the same way about Rey Mysterio years ago. Because, for probably the first half of exactly, there we are. Exactly. Yeah, he does. It's like, when Cena was just beating the odds over and over. Cena beats the odds. It's kind of hard to put someone back in that underdog category. Like I said, with Rey, after Rey won the world title at WrestleMania, you're not an underdog anymore. Like, yeah, you might be physically smaller than a lot of these other guys, and it might be impressive that you're able to outlast them and still win these matches, but you're not an underdog at that point. And they're trying to shove him back into that underdog character, and I don't know if it's really resonating with me the way it obviously did when he was doing it in NXT or when he first came up to the main roster.
Yeah.
But anything else on tonight's 42-minute main event?
One quick thing, and I don't know, maybe this was on purpose or maybe it was a accident, but why don't we all take a look at this for one quick second? That doesn't look like a man that got pinned, does it?
I mean,
those are some thick shoulders.
That's
he could just be very thick, but he's also grabbing onto Sami Zayn's legs in a way that makes me think he doesn't want his shoulders on the ground at this moment.
And it's actually a really good point. If you're going to do that sort of angle that would take that kind of precision, I mean, Sami Zayn and Chad Gable are certainly two guys that can do that. That was not something I caught on the live broadcast, but maybe that's how we get Gable into this match and make it a three-way. That'd be a brilliant way to do it. But
ladder match, triple threat, throw everything in there.
We've already got a ladder match. We're going to talk about a little bit later.
You know the logic, right? Just throw everything in there. One of these kind of matches, and one of these kind of just everything. It's like, oh god.
Yeah. Excitement.
Even Gunther can use that video and said, "Hey, Chad, look that," so they can fight and
stir the pot.
He will be very fresh at WrestleMania.
That's what they'll say.
Oh, and we had Gunther come out at the end of the show right before they went off air and kind of stare down the gentleman. But real quick, I was surprised that Raw went off the air the way it did. It's like he was walking out. I'm like, oh, he's probably going to say, nope, there it went. Cut to black.
Screw you.
Raw went off the air, and then some show about Cowboys came on. So,
I had highlights. Come on.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was. There were some folks in the crowd that they brought attention to and stood up for a moment. They were from some show on USA and Peacock.
There was 10 different appearances tonight.
There was a lot going on tonight. There was a lot. But with that being said, then let's hop back to the very beginning of tonight's show. Raw tonight came from Houston, Texas, at the Toyota Center. And we are, I believe, I'm trying to think, was it 26 days from WrestleMania?
Something like that.
Yeah.
25, 26 nights.
So we are cruising down the road, but the show opened with Drew McIntyre making his way to the ring. And gentlemen, I know I say this a lot now that Drew's been a heel, and there's no more sword. No more sword. And I'm so happy. That's not a heel thing. He should have the sword and be a heel. It's stupid. But apparently the sword is a face thing. But no more sword, which is fantastic. In my
and no Ivar today.
I was waiting.
No Ivar. Yeah, no Ivar tonight either.
Tyler looks upset.
This was a great night tonight.
Did you watch last episode, by the way, Tyler?
I do apologize. I did not, unfortunately.
No, we brought up the fact that you loved Ivar in the last episode.
Oh man! all right. So, what? Is that what you were claiming, that I was off marrying Ivar? Was that the deal?
it's like a toxic relationship.
It is. Ivar and I have a terrible relationship. It's awful. It's like very soap opera. Like, you know, it's
They
really
don't cuddle.
God no. God, I can't imagine the size of a bed that Ivar would require. So like
It's a trampoline.
that's not good for your back. There's no support. Anyway, sorry.
There's not.
Our viewers are not here to hear about lumbar support and how Ivar sleeps, which
But you know,
which
you can't
I
hear about
think
that. Look at the bottom of the screen.
my theory is that Ivar sleeps on a water bed, but instead of being filled with water, it's filled with sand.
I think you say tears.
That'd be hard to accomplish.
Mhm.
But
Drew
anyway,
McIntyre, no sword.
anyway,
being
The promo, the
McIntyre-
promo.
the promo, which was a hell of a promo. McIntyre has been on a tear with these promos lately. He shut down the what chance, which
I know,
I
I was gonna say that to
absolutely
you.
love.
What
Say
was the quote
what?
again?
It was let's see here. Say what if you're glad I took out CM Punk?
That's
and
I had
then
it
they
wrong.
all said what? And then they started booing. Like they actually got caught in it. Like
Yeah.
I was up there with Wayne's World. You know, a sphincter says what?
Do you
What?
remember?
Like it was fucking ridiculous. Like, and then he just smiled. It was such a real moment. And that's one thing about Drew. He's so good improv. He's so good in the moment. Now he can play the crowd.
You know who's got the best one probably so far when it comes to the what chance? It's like
Hmm?
Undertaker that one year when he's like, "Say what if you sleep with your sister," and the crowd was like half like this and half in. I was like,
When was that?
this was like early 2000s, I think. It was a while back when he said that.
It would have to have been a while back
Yeah.
for someone to have gotten away with that
'Cause-
line.
Yeah, again, Taker said, "Say what if you sleep with your sister," and the crowd was half in, half out. Like,
Oof.
Mhm.
But after that whatting, there was a pretty loud CM Punk chant, which Drew said that he should be getting a handwritten thank you card from Punk because he's the one keeping him relevant right now. Which, my God, I'm excited
He's right.
for hey, I mean, they're keeping that feud alive, and you know,
he's such an asshole.
he is
Yes.
good at it. He's so
I
good.
want to see. I want to see now more the match with Drew than the match with Seth.
During
Yeah,
Punk at
Yeah,
Main-
I'm
SummerSlam.
I'm excited. Yeah, probably SummerSlam, I assume. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Punk Drew match. Which I'm going to be honest, like when Punk came back to the Fed, as we used to say, the Fed. But when Punk came back, Drew wasn't even probably like in my top, I don't know, 5 or 10 wrestlers that I would have said I want to see Punk work a program with him. But hell, like this, you know, hard edge, heel, sassy, for the lack of a better word, Drew McIntyre. I'm sure he would love that I'm describing him as sassy, but he really is. He's got a lot of sass now. But like hell, like I'm excited for this, and it's been a one-sided feud so far. And you know, props to Drew for keeping that alive, like completely on his end. Although I'm sure we'll have a couple return shots fired here in a couple weeks when CM Punk does appear on Raw.
March 25th.
March 25th.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like it's March for sure, but I can't remember exactly when.
And
Yeah.
also, Drew is carrying with all this match against Seth at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Seth's attention, and they brought that up tonight
Mhm.
when Seth came out. But they did bring that up, that Seth's attention has, what's up? Seth's
yo.
attention has been on the Rock Roman situation. And again, you know, this allowed Drew to keep doing one of the things he's been doing so well during this heel turn. And that's bring up the hypocrisy of others, but do it in such a dickish way that he still comes across as the bad guy. Because he's like, Seth, you told me to move on from the bloodline, and now you're stuck up in it. Like, you know, it's brilliant. Like, this has been it's been a really great angle. Again, Eduardo, like you said, considering Drew's been doing all the heavy lifting. Drew is carrying 2 feuds by himself right now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
have you seen what that man can lift? It makes
He's
sense.
big. He's a big. He's a big man. But he's carrying 2 feuds by himself. He's doing the mic work for 2 feuds virtually by himself. Again, with the exception of, Seth confronting him tonight, which was probably something they realized over the last week. They're like, hell, we gotta start getting them to. It's a lot. WrestleMania is very interesting this year. It's a lot to balance. It's a lot to look at through the lens of kayfabe and in risk. There's risk. I mean, when you're going to have in the main event of night 1, 3 of the men that are going to be involved in your main event matches in night 2, you're looking at a lot of risk there, especially with Seth. Like he's working hurt. His knee is hurt. I've hoped that it's not nearly as hurt as they have behaved as it is. But he's working 2 matches now. Now I'm assuming that he's not going to do a whole lot of the heavy lifting in the tag match.
But he's facing all Drew McIntyre, The Rock, and Roman. He's facing like safe wrestlers. So I think he will be fine. And it will be more like matches with this storytelling and all these emotions.
Well, then especially with the tag match, you got The Rock in there, and I don't think that anyone thinks.
I think they need to protect more the Rock.
Exactly. No one is expecting The Rock to deliver, a Tokyo Dome 5-star
Omega match.
Best bout machine. Hell, no one was expecting that from The Rock when he was in his prime.
No.
This has come up before. Like everyone knows, I'm not a huge Rock guy historically. Nope. I feel like a lot of folks, it was Austin or it was Rock. It's Elvis or the Beatles. But no one was expecting that kind of match from The Rock before. But you're right. Like this match is going to be more designed to protect The Rock. Yeah, protect The Rock than anything else.
Here's my question right now, because like you're saying, Seth is doing 2 matches. Like we'll say if he's 50-50, okay? Like he's sort of in, sort of out with his injuries. In that match with the tags, do we see it being like Cody and Roman doing a lot of the heavy lifting? Or do we do it like Cody and The Rock? Because
but also you have the bloodline. Also you have the bloodline, so I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone will kind of like do their own share of the heavy lifting and kind of keep certain superstars, I guess, to the side.
I would say in that tag match, you will see the least physically out of Seth and The Rock.
That's what I was thinking. So,
and
so
again, talking about like wrestling twice, we're talking about like the physical strain on Seth wrestling twice. Let's talk about the shock of Roman Reigns wrestling twice in one weekend.
In the same month, in the same weekend.
Yeah, you're right. Like in the same quarter on live TV. That's wild too. And I was curious if they're giving him some sort of like bonus or pay bump for that, because I'm sure that his dates. I don't know, man. His dates are pretty set. He's got himself in that position where he kind of calls his shots as to what shows he's going to work. So like, I would wonder if they're like, look, we kind of booked ourselves into a corner because The Rock decided to, shoehorn himself into this main event match that we've been building to for 2 years at this point. Cody's going to finish it, damn it. But
that probably wants happening. That's what we want.
Yeah, but like it's
going to happen.
I don't know. It is. But wow, we were sorry folks. We went off on quite a WrestleMania tangent, but there's a lot going on. it's a lot. Like I said, like Roman doesn't wrestle that much, and there's no way this is something that they had planned from the start. Like it'll be interesting to see, like 5-10 years down the road when there's some sort of like shoot interview tell all about this particular time frame of wrestling, and we can find out what was really going on behind the scenes and how angry people were.
He won't attend it either. he'll be like, I'll be there, and then he won't attend it. That's what'll happen.
It'll be Paul Heyman when he finally retires.
He'll
tell all
Paul
the truth
Heyman
about everything
that he can remember.
Paul Heyman is going to be like Mark Twain. When Mark Twain wrote his autobiography, he said that it could not be published until it was something like 100 years after his death, because he wanted to make sure everybody that he could have offended or pissed off was dead
Yeah.
before the book came out. And that's how Heyman's going to be. None of us alive right now will be around to read the book. It's very unfortunate.
Already pre-purchased it.
Oh, no. What a pre-order that would be.
Shop WWE.com. You gotta plug it in now.
Oh, geez.
That's great.
But the promo itself, the back and forth between Seth and Drew here was just tremendous. It was, fantastic promo. Great start to the show. I mean, God, 90% of the time we're starting with a promo on Raw anyway. But it was a really good promo.
Yeah, it was a really good promo for our next World Heavyweight Champion.
Agreed. Yeah, this is Seth needs to take some time off. God, honestly, I want to see a good match here, but I wouldn't be super angry if their match at WrestleMania was just Drew running Seth over.
Could we see it?
I mean, they can use the tag match from the night before as an excuse, like he goes in there, barely limping along and barely breathing and just, takes I almost said Kinshasa. Wrong sudden move, Claymore. Yeah. No. If Seth was wrestling Nakamura, Seth would definitely be winning the match at WrestleMania.
Of course.
Shinsuke doesn't win matches anymore. It's quite unfortunate.
He just gets checks.
Hey, he's
Good checks.
Making a good living.
Money. Anyways, next on the card.
Yeah, but I was going to say nothing else on the opening promo tonight, gentlemen.
No.
I'd say we're pretty good there.
All right. So we had Becky Lynch making her entrance, probably passing Seth at Gorilla. That was probably nice for them. But she made her entrance, and they cut to commercial. Coming back, they had a quick vignette that aired for Chad Gable, which was another reason why I thought Chad was going to win the damn match tonight.
Right?
Fantastic.
That's my hero.
Vignette. Like it was done in such a serious, real sports manner. It was just wonderfully done. He lost the match, but hey, this could be a sign that Chad is like at least leaning more serious. Get him away from the Alpha Academy. He wasn't wearing the Alpha Academy gear tonight, was he?
No.
He wasn't wearing the pink at the very least.
Nope.
No.
It was a great vignette. But anyway, moving on, we had Becky Lynch taking on Liv Morgan. Becky Lynch gets the win here in just about 16 minutes. Gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I got to say this exceeded what I thought it would be. My expectations were a bit blown away here by this.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with what a good quality match they had. It was a hell of an opener. 16 minutes is a long while, and
Especially.
it looked great. And I don't think most people thought Liv was going to win this match. Obviously, Becky heading into a WrestleMania match with Rhea Ripley has to stay strong. But there were some spots in there where you could have believed Liv was going to get the W tonight. But gentlemen, what'd you think of this opening bout?
My only beef with this one, my only beef with this one really is not really about the match itself. It's the fact that as a viewer, there were way too many breaks in the match, like commercials.
Yeah.
It was getting good. It was good, and then boom. That's my only beef with it.
Daddy Netflix is coming to save you.
Thank God.
Do you have to get rid of the commercial money? Yeah, it turns out Netflix does. What?
Order now. That's just my beef. But anyways, Eduardo, I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah, I was surprised with the match, with the moves of Liv Morgan, and also now I see like Liv Morgan is now on the level. I see now
of the devil.
I see a triple threat in the future.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely more to be done between Liv and Rhea. Like Liv, the story they're telling with Liv right now, her revenge tour, as it would be, or vengeance tour. Like it's good. It's a good story, and I like what they're doing with her. It's making. My only thing with Liv is like I've never found Liv to be super believable in terms of like being tough. And they're starting to turn that though. You know, because even before she went out with the injury, they were really starting to push that, like, well, she can take like a a Mick Foley level of punishment, and they're continuing to kind of do that. But like, it's working. It's starting to work for her.
Yeah.
And also we need to say that Liv is a WWE product. A difference between Becky and Rhea Ripley, that they wrestler in independence and all that arenas, but she's a product of WWE, and
Really?
I'm proud. And I'm
Okay,
proud of.
now it makes sense what you're saying, Eduardo. Okay, I get it
Yeah.
now.
I wasn't aware of that. So she's kind of like in the same boat Dolph Ziggler was in.
It could
Like,
have been me.
Until now, Dolph was, or Nick Nemeth was
Different guys.
was 100% a product of WWE. He went into their training system right out of college from right here in Ohio. Went to school here, wrestled for Kent, but yeah, so I wasn't aware of that with Liv. I didn't know that. So she's like was 100% just trained and fostered by the developmental system.
And I don't know if Chad also is a product of 100% WWE.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm not sure. We'd have to look into it. If anybody out there in the comments or anything knows that, let us know. But we're going to start seeing a little bit more of that, I think, going forward with the way the developmental works. There will be guys that always touch the indies and whatnot, but I think we're going to see more folks in the future that are strictly trained by one of the major promotions on the planet. But yeah, but it was a good match though. Again, like real solid. Like after the match, we did have Mommy make her way to the ring, and I had a quick stare down with Liv. Like I said, they're clearly kind of keeping that alive. It's going to happen, further down the road. But I think she said she's going to take everything that you love or something like that. It was very intense. Liv is intense.
Just a quick aside. If you guys were asking about Chad Gable and where he trained and everything, right? Minneapolis, Minnesota, trained by Eric Cannon. If you don't know who that is, he is a pretty prominent independent wrestler in the Midwest, and I mean in the Northeast for a long time too. He just didn't. He focused on schooling instead. He also had training under Mike Quackenbush, who is persona non grata, and eventually the WWE Performance Center as well. And if you guys are talking about Liv, I think she's going to be banging Dominic. That's kind of the way they had me thinking. She's like, I'm going to take everything you love. She's totally going to bang Dominic.
Oh.
One more time.
Oh. We'll break out the George Takei for that one. But yeah, real short back and forth there between Becky and Rhea Ripley.
The future and the present. Mommy is money.
Dude, how tall is Rhea Ripley, by the way? Just best guess.
I'd say she's at least 5'10". But
spaghetti heels on.
She did. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say at least 5'10", but let's see. 5'7". 5'7" is what the old Google says. So 5'7".
Search engine.
Hey,
secret.
Modern era, gentlemen, modern era. But moving. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was saying that I'm stuck with the triple threat, so I think they will do it at Backlash. It's not WrestleMania Backlash anymore.
No, thank God.
I'm not sure what the
just
follow-up
Backlash, please.
No.
Just Backlash.
Yeah.
Backlash.
But we had a quick but very fun announcement from both GMs. We had Nick Aldis showing up on Raw with our boy Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce announcing the six-pack challenge ladder match. He always does. Six-pack challenge ladder match for the tag titles at WrestleMania, which is going to be a hell of a match. And next week they will start having the matches for to determine the teams will be in it. I don't see Alpha Academy making their way into this match.
Can we just say right now?
I don't like the match between DIY and the Creed brothers.
Oh, that's gonna be a good match. Like, I hope they give that some time.
Yeah, but you have to kill one team
Yeah.
DIY.
Just a quick
And-
apology for turning one of Indu Shear into Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. with the Dirt Sheet Radio logo. You matter too.
Sorry.
So I was actually going to touch on the one before the boss swooped in, but we can easily say Awesome Truth is going over on that one.
I'd be shocked if they didn't.
The middle
Like-
one, I kind of want to see the Creed brothers go over. It's been a while.
Mm,
But
I
the-
think
you know-
they will do DIY.
Yeah, DIY has more steam behind them right now. Like the
Yeah.
Creeds have the
But
middle.
DX and
The
all
question,
this stuff.
okay, the question I will say is this: is there a way to spin it to get both those teams in there? Because New Day is going, Awesome Truth is going, but then you have DIY and Creed. Is there a way to put both those teams in there?
I don't know because there's only, other than Judgment Day, there's only room for 5 teams, and it looks like 3 of them are coming from Raw already.
Yeah.
So that means they're only going to get 2 of them from SmackDown.
I don't want to speculate, but I was doing some math that came to the Creed brothers, and I saw that last week they were on Main Event with new graphics, new gear, basically repackaged a little bit, and I kind of wonder if they were in a little bit of the doghouse for I can't remember who it is that they hurt in their tag team championship match, but someone did get their head squished by one of those cannonballs. And-
It was Priest, I think.
yeah, I think so. And I
'cause
kind of
Probably
I was just gonna
Brutus
say,
then.
I wonder if the trusts them to perform at WrestleMania in a ladder match at the moment. That doesn't seem like if you can crush someone's head in a regular Raw match main event, I don't know that they want you on the WrestleMania card doing
Right.
crazy shit.
Especially
The
WrestleMania.
boss is
XL.
right.
Yeah, that is
Okay, okay, then DIY.
DIY.
Yeah,
But
DIY.
but
So
yeah,
that's are the only tag team that we will see in this match, or in
so
SmackDown. will-
yeah, they haven't announced who's going to be in the qualifying matches for SmackDown yet, but yeah, so
Kind of
3
a
teams
stupid
will be coming
question.
from Raw.
Who's even left over there for tag? Legato, Delfaz. I can't even say it name properly.
Oh, we have the LWO.
Yeah,
we
me
have the
too.
Fantasma.
Maybe Waller and
Oh,
and
Tyler
Austin
Bate
Fury.
and
yeah.
shit. What are they called again? Oh my god.
Oh, what are they called? Not the No Corner Catch Crew, but
New
it's also
Catch
New Catch
Republic.
Republic.
There we go. Thank
Which
you.
wasn't that the shop in the mall that used to be next to American Eagle and Abercrombie and Fitch?
I don't know.
Up here in Canada?
that was Banana Republic. There was a store called Banana
We just have
I-
parka sales stores and snowsuit stores.
I don't
and hockey
believe you.
jersey stores.
I don't believe that's how it is.
Can't find these sports
The
stores.
only restaurant in Canada is
It's
Tim Hortons. Yeah.
I just gonna call it up here as Tim's. Y'all call it Tim Hortons.
Yeah, because
But
Tim
you
Horton.
have
Tim Horton, the late Tim Horton, who was a hockey player. That, yeah, I know things. I know things about your history, Caesar. As a Canadian.
I'll crack up the chipmunk voice right now if you start Tim Horton acknowledging me. Damn Midwestern.
Hey, Ohio, woo, represent. But
Do you guys have like hand signs too? Like
for Ohio, not really. No, I just
Okay,
throw
good.
the R-Truth, Judgment Day Heart, and everybody. But speaking of Heart, this next match featured Indy Hartwell and
I was
Candice
so
LeRae
excited.
taking on Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. And I was a little shocked to see Maxine Dupree on television tonight based off of what's been going on with her audience reactions. And that is a shot that looks straight like something about Mary, the way her hair is slipped there. But anyway, but it's interesting with what they're doing. One, they're turning at least Candice LeRae. Don't know about Indy. Candice LeRae's a heel now.
Yeah.
I think without question. Like, holy hell.
is she joining the party cherokee too?
Well, I mean, she brought up some deceased relatives. So
Sister LeRae. Is that what we're gonna call her?
LeRae.
Sister Candace? Call her Sister Candace next
It's
episode.
This is really I found this. I didn't know this about Maxine. I don't know if this was like a publicly. I'm sure it was public thing because they're like stories about it, but I'm not sure if it was like a part of her character. Like, had they brought this up on television before?
Not that I can recall.
No.
No.
Yeah.
His brother was LA Knight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
They got that up. Yeah, they brought that up.
You're right about that. Max Dupree was killed.
Holy shit.
Shit.
He's dead.
Oh
Shows up
my
on-
god.
Shows up.
That's crazy. I don't
Kayfabe,
even know how to
baby,
take that. Because
Gotta
Max
love that.
Dupree is dead. Like, they killed the character off, right? Oh
I don't
shit.
think that's what they meant, though.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
it
get
was
backstage and get talked to.
pretty vile, but yeah. So very quickly into the match because it was very short. It was under just a few minutes. They didn't get entrances either, by the way.
It was more for the moment.
It was to turn heel, which I'm sure the audience in the arena probably didn't get a very big sense of.
Yeah.
Because, you're not going to be able to hear past the first, probably 10, 15 rows at best. And she was shouting, but, again, like that can only carry so far. But yeah, very, quickly into the match, LeRae just goes on a tear, yelling at Maxine Dupree as Maxine was trying to do the worm. She, talked about how ridiculous the move looks. Told her that the fans are booing her. She doesn't belong there. The internet hates her. She should hear what the people backstage are saying about her. And then she said that it's a good thing her dead brother isn't around because he'd be ashamed of her. Holy shit. She starts to cry, and then she gets kicked in the head and pinned.
By Indy.
By Indy.
Big kick in the face.
So Indy gets a pinfall victory, and this is how it happens.
I think it just is the beginning of a new story, and maybe it will end at WrestleMania. So maybe they will do like this tournaments,
Hell in a
or
Cell.
battle royals, or something like that.
Candice LeRae and Maxine Hell in a Cell.
There would not be Maxine Dupree and Candice LeRae in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania.
Holy-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be on the pre-show.
Yeah. Hell in
An
a Cell
Inferno
match on an Inferno match on the pre-show.
Remember,
We're calling
go
it
big
now.
or go home, right?
It's WrestleMania, man. WrestleMania.
Loser has to move off the continent. There you go.
No, loser leaves Earth. We'll get one of those Elon Musk rockets all set up. It'll
Ringside.
be right outside. Yeah, it'll
Ringside.
be right there, ringside. Oh, jeez. Oh,
Their
goodness.
bags are already packed at the top of the ramp and everything. It's so stupid.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Lordy,
Sad part is
lordy.
we're all so
But it was a good moment. It was a good segment. A lot of people was talking about this segment, and I think all the show were a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. And you're right. Like it wasn't a very long segment, but yeah, it's a big talking point coming out of tonight's show. Like, it's nice to see that they're doing something with them, especially Candice LeRae, because like she and Indy have just kind of been treading water since they got brought up to the main roster. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised with Candice LeRae's ability to come across as believable being mean, because she seems like such a nice lady. But like, she came across as very believable, very cruel. Like, it was real. Like, it was very jarring in the moment.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised
I
Ivy didn't show up and like slap her or something.
I was not very convinced with the acting of Maxine.
Maxine's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
okay.
guess the thing, like, and with Maxine, like, I've always touted that her character work is far better than her in-ring work, but again, it only goes so far, because I thought she did all right, but it came across.
The way she was shaking every word, I was fucking dying. I'm sorry. I'm
trying to give the woman a little bit of credit.
She was trying really hard. To her credit, she really was, but she overacted the shit out of that. I wanted her to catch that big boot in the end.
So I'll be the guy to say this. Do we send her down to NXT for a little while and tag with somebody and, build up some chops? Or what do we do
I
to
mean,
save her?
they can just keep her in a tag with Ivy for right now. Because they're not going to do anything in singles with Ivy at the moment.
But what if they send them? So what if they send them back to NXT as a tag just to do some shit and then come back up? No?
But Ivy doesn't need to go back to NXT.
It's to help Maxine. There you go.
Hmm.
No?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I will say in today's era of random NXT call downs where they do that now, they just call you down to train you. They did it to Dominic. They did it to Baron Corbin. They're doing it to Ridge Holland. I don't think Becky's situation was the same as that. She went down there as the favor. I don't think Ridge Holland is going down there doing favors.
No, it's not.
Hey, we got the Good Brothers down there now.
I would say it's certainly possible that they can send Maxine down there for like a 5-month random run where she's still on main roster TV.
They had Alpha Academy appearing on NXT television regularly for a couple of months and then just kind of stopped.
Was she doing? Because I know, was she wrestling?
Not really.
They should.
She was really just appearing. Like she got into it with Lash from Metaphor. I think that was the match when she slammed Otis. But like other than that, like she didn't really wrestle a whole hell of a lot when she was down there.
I can see it now. She's gonna end up getting sent down to NXT, and they're gonna send Otis and Tozawa with her, and then Chad Gable's gonna stay doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I mean that's a way to do it. Get him on that serious path. That works. And they can hang out down there on NXT, and they'll have fun. They can feud him with Chase U. It'll be a good time.
Hold hands and be best friends.
No, it's wrestling. Caesars are going to fight.
Drop the shoosh angle.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand she's bad, but I think at the end of the day, she's interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting character. There's something interesting there. People are talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that like I really agree with the backlash that fans have received from some of the wrestlers, like regarding like, oh, like it's you shouldn't be so harshly critical. Well, it's like no, it's what we do.
Yeah,
like it sucks, but it's just like. Yeah, I'm not an athlete. I understand that, but I can tell you what is and what isn't a good wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Maxine Dupree's fault. She's not the one that put herself on the main roster. She's not the one that books herself into matches. She's not the one that put herself in a position she wasn't ready for. It's not her fault. This is a management thing. But like, don't attack the fans for booing someone. Like, it sucks. It sucks that she's getting booed just because she's shitty at this.
Okay,
but
here's a crazy question I have to say. If she stays on the main, at any point in 2024, could we see her coming full circle and being actually really good or better than she's now?
Hey, anything's possible in wrestling.
Wrestling! No, I could see it personally. I mean, like she won't be like, top tier, but you say Tokyo Dome Omega quality or whatever. I could see her being better. I could see her, holding her own in a match, but not being like, oh my god, she can be the top women's match on a card. I could see her being part of.
She's not going to be Bianca Belair.
Yeah, no, exactly. I could see her coming full circle and being way better than she's now.
Oh yeah, she can. Well, I mean, my God, she really can't get worse. So moving on, though. After I said I was trying to be positive and give her a fair shake.
Shoosh.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. But moving on, real quick, we had Pierce and Aldis backstage.
I feel bad for those two right now.
Hey, it's rough being a GM, but they were verbally accosted by the Judgment Day.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Can we have Aldis and Priest at SummerSlam? Please.
They're in the match.
Priest or
No,
Aldis wants to throw down.
We'll put Aldis and Scrap Daddy Adam Pierce. They'll tag.
Ooh. Hell in a cell.
They win the tag titles. They're gonna be in the match. They're gonna be in the tag title ladder match.
Huge shout out to the dude on creative who's trajectory for Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day at WrestleMania and said, "Hey, you know it'd be a great idea, a 12-person ladder match instead." Kudos.
They're my best friend now. You're getting a Christmas card this year,
right? Hey, that match is going to be flipping dynamite. Like,
I'd hate to be the referees in that.
They're going to need all of them. All the referees.
Literally, they're gonna hire new people from NXT to come up for like the show. That's it.
Yeah, they'll get all the refs.
There'll be like 24 referees.
Yeah, jeez. Or it's gonna be like a ref Royal Rumble. Nothing but zebra shirts all the way around the ring. But but they were mad about the match, and they were trying to figure out whose idea it was, and said, well, we kind of talked about Awesome Truth about it, and they were mad. They wanted to fight Awesome Truth tonight. They were told, well, you can't fight Awesome Truth tonight.
Why's that?
Because they're doing media right now. R-Truth and Miz aren't here. Enter R-Truth. R-Truth, you're supposed to be at media. Nah, dog. That's
Get
one
off
day.
Camera.
My bad.
Stay off camera. You gotta love R-Truth.
So then Priest demanded a match with R-Truth for later in the night. We went to the ring with Michael Cole there, and the ring with a couple of chairs set up. Showed a quick recap of the events from Friday Night SmackDown this past Friday with the Bloodline. And then out comes Cody Rhodes. Gentlemen, what did you think of this interview segment?
Very emotional.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I truly don't know if Cody is acting or it's real. I think it's real because it was a very emotional promo.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and Cody is just so damn good at this. Like his promos are top notch. I'd say arguably among the best in the business, if not the best promo currently. He delivers every time. He's engaging with the audience. The audience is hanging on every word. The audience, like, it's interesting. It's been a very long time since we've had a baby face in WWE that's a pure, white meat baby face, like super traditional, happy-go-lucky, rah-rah cheerleader that is viewed as, a hero. Like there was a shot tonight of a kid filming with their cell phone and singing along to his entrance theme. Like,
do you know the words?
He's revered. I mean, I know the first few. Do you know
the meme version?
I know there are several meme versions, but I know that there is in fact adrenaline in his soul.
Something. Cody Rhodes. Oh, you forgot to say the line, you guys. So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Michael Cole was like, "I'm sorry, I had to."
Yeah. But
I completely agree with you though. Like, it's been a while since you've seen an actual baby face where you sit there and get glued to the TV or to your streaming service and actually will sit there. Love his seats, by the way. And you sit there and just like everyone shut the hell up for like 15 minutes. Let this man cook.
Yeah.
And he goes. And you're just like,
and there's no split audience. And that's the thing, like with even your most successful baby faces over the last 15 years at best were split in the audience. So it's that let's go Cena sucks. That whole thing is just like, this is the entire crowd is behind Cody. I'm sure there's, sprinkled in folks that are anti-Cody. There have to be. But, we're talking the vast majority, 90% of these audiences are cheering and hanging on every word he says. And it's amazing. What a job he's done and what a job they've done keeping him hot for this entire year after losing at Mania last year.
Okay, I got an actual question for the two of you guys because I'm a nerd with this one because I've watched the video a billion times. Do you remember at an older pay-per-view from another company, spoiler, can't say the name, and Cody came out as just Cody with the Nightmare family? Do you remember that video? and he had like all the boys, Brandy, and his dog. Could we see that at Mania? That kind of entrance. I would love to see that if we could. Wouldn't you?
Do you actually remember that entrance? Like, do you remember that entrance? Do you remember why Pharaoh doesn't come out anymore?
I remember parts.
Yeah.
I just remember like it was
because
cool
the fucking pyro went off with the
Yeah.
dog on stage and scared the shit out of it. They will
Yeah, I
never
couldn't remember
bring
the
that
name.
dog back onto a stage, especially at WrestleMania where they have to set off like 8 years worth of
stage.
pyrotechnics.
Off the stage.
That
And
dog
this is
will
Cody.
die.
This is Cody's pyro, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
But what I was getting at before he brought that up is like it'd be cool to see him do this like really badass style entrance. Is what I'm getting at, minus the dog, so we can see the dog first of all.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dog's
I'm
amazing,
sure
but
he
still.
he will have fantastic.
8 years. What did you say? What did you say? 8 years worth of pyro, or John said
That's
that?
what John said. That, yeah, 8 years
Eight-
of pyro. That's what John said.
Probably
yeah.
10 years. Probably 10 years worth of pyro.
It's a WrestleMania amount of pyro for Cody Rhodes, who already has an absurd amount of pyro.
He just has a truck that follows him full of pyro.
Yep, it's one full box.
Walks into his own home and sets it off.
But it's quiet pyro in his home. 'cause
No,
again, we
it's
don't-
not quiet. There's no
We don't
quiet.
have-
Quiet.
Yeah, it's
Quiet.
just like sparklers. We don't want
No.
to scare the dog.
No, the dog's taken safely away first. Then they set it off.
He calls ahead. Brandy move Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming.
Guys, listen, we're gonna set it off. I'm waking up.
Do you
Oh,
think
jeez.
we can see Dustin Rhodes in the crowd?
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, Tony's pretty fast and loose with him letting his contracted wrestlers appear. In other
could you
places.
imagine if he showed up
Well,
and
today
held,
we saw the Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
or
we did.
according
We
to
did.
Pat McAfee? Who?
Oh,
What an
Pat,
idiot.
Pat, I agree with that. There they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, acknowledgement of him. But moving forward, we had the Kabuki Warriors defending the women's tag team championships against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Kabuki Warriors, like I said, they retained the titles in roughly 11 minutes. Gentlemen, what did you think of this tag title match?
Nothing.
Yes. Side note: did a lot of people on the show come out through the Titantron and point to their backs? JD did it. Zoe did it. Who else did it tonight? There's a lot of people doing that now. You guys notice that?
It's cool. It's a hip
No.
thing.
So
I
do we
did
go
not
on the
notice
stream and
that.
do it
It's a
too?
new thing.
We do it too on stream. Like we walk into my camera and point at our back. Okay, I'll do it next stream. No, honestly, the match, no, it wasn't anything exciting. It was cool to see the belts on the line and some women having some time. Sheena
We
and-
already know the finish.
yeah, no.
Right.
I was
yeah.
eating dinner and I was like, oh yeah, cool. More spaghetti for
Hmm.
me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
You guys know I had spaghetti tonight for dinner.
Yeah, solid match. No real drama, but just keep the
Nothing.
Kabuki Warriors strong. Head towards WrestleMania. But so we had another backstage segment with the Judgment Day, and they were approached by Andrade.
Yeah, El Idolo.
Andrade.
So,
Do you
guys,
think he will join the Judgment Day?
No,
That's what I was going to ask. What do you think they're heading
that
towards here with
suits
this angle?
pigeon.
I think I don't know, because Finn was okay with the idea, and Dominic also is okay with the idea, and Rhea also is okay with the idea. So I think maybe when Damian Priest will go away from the Judgment Day, maybe
Oh.
uh,
So you're
Andrade.
seeing these switch spots.
maybe
No.
Andrade.
This could be how they lead to Damien's departure.
Yeah, like the Judgment Day Wolfpack or something like
Judgment Day,
Can't see
black and
that.
gold.
that.
Judgment
They-
Day, Hollywood.
They'd call it something that would revolve around Andrade, if anything.
I get to say something that you guys probably can't say, but it is absolutely on brand for the two white guys to just switch out the Puerto Rican and the Mexican. They can't tell the fucking difference between us anyway, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
We actually do have a Puerto Rican and a Mexican man on the podcast. If you didn't
Yeah.
notice, we
Someone's gonna chime in. That's me. You guys are rude. I'm canceling you. That's gonna swim pretty soon.
I want to be canceled.
You know what?
I'm
Beyond,
sorry.
okay, honestly, if I was part of Judgment Day, I'd rather follow Andrade over Damien. If I had to pick, that's just my 2 cents.
I feel like, while the Judgment Day has worked very, very well with, all the members they've had, I feel like Priest works better as a standalone character.
A lone wolf.
A lone wolf, if you will, but better at it than Baron Corbin.
Ooh!
Well, it's not hard.
I'm just joking. I agree with you though.
But so like I like the idea of Andrade as a faction leader. Like I think that
You're
fits
pretty good with
him.
AFHO, AHFO, HO, whatever. AEW's team he was with.
Yeah.
No, that was.
But yeah, I'm intrigued by this. But yeah, Edward, I think this could be how we lean Damien into that face turn and get him away from the Judgment Day.
So,
do you think that it's time to broke the Judgment Day to split the group?
maybe the leader, like you guys are saying.
I mean,
But I
we
think
thought
Rhea is
the
the leader,
split.
no?
Yeah, yeah. We thought the split was coming a while ago. I mean,
Oh, we
months
did.
ago on the show, we were talking about that they were, week to week, they were doing, breakup angles, and then everything's fine with the Judgment Day, and then they'd start to lean into there's problems with the leadership, and then everything's fine with the Judgment Day. So we thought it was coming for a long time. So I mean, I wouldn't be terribly shocked if shortly after WrestleMania, the Judgment Day as it currently is no longer.
What if the Judgment Day loses the belt at Mania, and they blame it on Priest, and then they have like a, what's it called? And kick somebody out. There's a word for it. Oh my god!
Exile.
There we go. Yeah, they exile him from the group, and then Andrade's like, "I'm here to take you, and here's the Wolf Pack or something."
I'm happy with the idea of Andrade in the Judgment Day, but also I want to see like a tag team of Dominic and Andrade.
So there we go. 2 birds with 1 stone.
And
Right.
also, I a little worried about the Judgment Day. I think we have like 3 years with the Judgment Day since WrestleMania 38.
Mm-hmm.
So I want something new, something fresh. So maybe if they're gonna break the Judgment Day, I don't want to see a new version of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, do something new with it. Something fresh. I agree with that. But that will bring us to our next match. We had Damian Priest and R-Truth. And R-Truth actually did the "What's Up" song on his way to the ring, which was fantastic. It had been a minute since he'd wrapped his way to the ring. But Priest picks up the win here in just about 8 minutes. I don't think that was surprising. It was pretty rough. Truth had a couple of shine spots there doing his John Cena moves. His childhood hero, John.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Don't forget also Regeneration X showed up.
They did to try to even the odds, but it just
The Miz wasn't there, so
no, yeah, the Miz was off doing media because he remembered that it was supposed to happen today for R-Truth.
Some people, man, just forget the media.
R-Truth is a forgetful guy, It's like when they were in Perth. I think he accidentally went to Austria. What happened? Which
That's I don't know. I could say so many stupid things about that, but it's R-Truth. He's great. That's the easy way of explaining it.
It's R-Truth.
Love him or hate him, you love him.
Everyone loves him. But so moving into the now 3rd hour of Raw tonight, we had Becky Lynch very quickly in a backstage segment, very intense backstage segment, challenged Nia Jax to a last woman standing match next week on Raw. And again,
But first was the segment with Liv, the backstage.
Oh, did I skip that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop around right there.
But anyways, yeah, they went backstage, and Becky extended hand for handshake with Liv, shook hands, and then bam. That's there, right there. See, bam, right there.
Bam! I apologize. I completely blew past that in my notes there.
No worries.
think-
No
Has
worries.
little shirts.
I often what? Yeah, they are. Yeah, those were like chests full of.
Those are all R-Truth's road cases.
That's what he's selling out of. Yeah.
He brings out the case in the parking lot.
Why did I get heavy fatal 4-way vibes for the women's championship at
Yeah.
WrestleMania? What the fuck is this?
Oh, please no.
Yeah, I'd rather they not. Like, hey, you guys know I'm a proponent of one-on-one matches. Like,
If they do it at Mania, I'm just going to watch the match hammered. So it'll make sense. I'm sorry, but I'd
well,
rather
if that's
watch.
the case- if that's the case, then you definitely need to be on the post show for me.
You know what'll happen if I did that? I'll be like Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Something done. You feel me? Do you feel him, sir? That'll be me the whole episode. No, please, John, please no, not a fail 4-way. Please no.
Maybe a backlash, something.
Yeah, not at Mania though. Mania, keep
No?
it up here. Keep it one-on-one.
Just put Jade Cargill and Nia Jax in a match at Mania and call it good. Put it
No,
in pre-show.
Bianca Belair.
No, Jade and Bianca, or Jade and Nia, but not the three of them together.
No,
That
don't
just seems
put
like a waste.
Nia. Don't put Nia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But
But yeah, so we had Becky challenge Nia, which again, from a kayfabe standpoint, not the smartest thing in the world to do when you
Right.
are just a few weeks away from WrestleMania.
it's like literally next week. We'll call it basically. Like, I mean, is right there because if
Right.
you get injured now, then what?
Becky. But
Becky
we
Lynch.
also we had main event Jey Uso yeet make his way to the ring. Yeet. And he formally dropped the challenge for his brother Jimmy to face him at
For an Inferno
WrestleMania.
match.
It's not going to be an Inferno match. Why? No, it's not. That's not accurate. If
It's a yeeting match.
a yeeting, yes.
That will be interesting.
What was
Inferno
that Wade Barrett said? A yeet. What did he say again? What was the expression?
Wade Barrett parodied the Applebee's slogan and once stated, "Yeeting good in the neighborhood."
That's what they call it at
speaking-
Mania.
Speaking of yeet,
Yeeting good.
few yeet quotes from Pat McAfee tonight.
Yeet.
I'm pretty yeeted up, which sounds
Yeet.
like something dealing with cocaine. But he's pretty yeeted up.
Yeet.
I'm yeeting all over myself.
Yeet.
And it's hard to not yeet all over yourself. And then also in his promo, Jey Uso did state to his brother Jimmy that I'm going to knock the yeet out of your ass. And I'm not
That
sure
needs to be a
what.
shirt.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
No,
It's so stupid.
doesn't. I'm gonna knock the yeet out your ass does not need to be a shirt.
Hey, if Ivar
Hey, yo, what kind of show has this become? What are we
Let's
talking
see.
about? I wanted to ask y'all a serious question
all right,
about
let's
this.
do that.
About this Usos storyline. Why is it so cold, gentlemen? Why is this story so cold?
Because Jimmy fell off
Why?
the earth.
There's only 4
Because
weeks left.
They don't have time.
Because Jimmy's on the side of a milk cartons right now, and we're not sure where he is.
They heated the shit out of Jey Uso up, and they set him up to be this big guy on Raw. And I mean, now it's kind of less so, which is weird. Like, we did all that stuff. It hit a zenith with his popularity, and then we started cooling it off. And now we're getting into the Jey versus Jimmy stuff. It's like,
Right.
who's this doing what? Who's this helping here? I originally thought that Jey Uso would come into WrestleMania with all the same momentum that he had late last year, and then Jimmy would benefit from that off a win, and then come on the other side, and he'll be a big star on SmackDown or something. But it doesn't seem like it. Kind of feels like these two are going to open the show to like a nothing match that nobody's
You
gonna
have
care about.
you have weeks for WrestleMania, so maybe
Sure,
there's
but they've
something.
also had like 6 months. And I feel like we're pushing it to the last 4 weeks is like a waste. Like this could have been one of the best This could have been one of the most anticipated matches on the show because it's supposed to have like years and years of bloodline lore going into it. But it feels like
Yeah.
they just it, and now they're just gonna press play now. Now that there's 4 weeks left or 3
Yeah,
weeks
they should have had the kind of build and story that Matt and Jeff Hardy had for their WrestleMania match because Jimmy and Jay could have delivered the
That
type
will
of
be awesome.
match that
a better match,
with that
a much
build?
better match than
Yeah,
they
that's
did.
what I'm saying. Like oh god, like that Matt and Jeff match was not
It's horrid.
great.
It was a great build though. That Royal
the
Rumble
build
where he
was
smacked
great.
Jeff with the chair out of nowhere.
Was
That
good.
whole
Yeah.
that was awesome.
The build was great. That's what I'm saying. Like this match should have that level of build. And you're right. Like they've done jack all like for a while with this.
I do think though, I think that Jay and Jimmy are gonna work so hard that people are only gonna remember the match and they won't remember the story before.
Yeah.
So good on them. But I just wanted to know maybe I was missing something because then
No.
you guys watch harder than I do. I'm like maybe I'm missing the context. Maybe it is hot and I'm not seeing it. But it feels cold.
I mean, he's over. I think Jay's definitely.
He's
over.
definitely still over. Like people want to see him win
Yeah.
things. They want to see him hold belts.
They
But
want to
when
do the whole. He's over.
even when he
And
announced the
Jimmy
match,
is not over.
even when he announced the match with Jimmy, the crowd was like, "Oh,
Cool.
oh yeah, okay." I was like, "Damn." That's all though. I just wanted to see if
It's sad for Jimmy is what it is. It's sad for Jimmy.
yeah, it really is.
But maybe we have next week Rikishi saying, "Don't fight, my boys. Don't fight."
My boys, no, don't do it.
Yeah, leave me boys alone now.
Big quiche. I did it for The Rock.
So Jimmy has to kill Rikishi, right? That's the only way to get the ball rolling.
Wow,
I
that
ran
would be
over
very
Rikishi.
interesting.
I did
Yeah.
it for
That
Roman.
would be very
That'll
good.
get it going real fast.
He'll use
That
the
will be
Rikishi
good.
line. He'll be like, I did it for Roman. He'll do it.
He's gonna hit Rikishi with the car.
A truck.
It's gonna come
Yeah.
all
It'll be an
fucking
EV.
circle.
It'll be an
That would be
energy
good.
efficient.
He's gonna hit him with an electric vehicle.
Yeah. That's what'll happen.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't hear it approaching because it's silent on the approach because there's no
Turned off the engine as he got closer, just coasted.
boom. Reminiscent
dent the front of the truck.
of Andy fighting Dwight on The Office for our Office fans. So. But
That's gore.
But moving on, we had a quick interview backstage with Gunther. Hey, Caesar, who interviewed Gunther backstage?
I'm not touching it. No, I'm not touching it. That's your job. You missed a week.
It was Jackie Redmond.
Ooh, he got it right.
Yeah,
He got it right.
yeah. We I don't believe we saw Kathy Kelly tonight.
Did we?
I don't think
Maybe
she
we
was on the
did.
show at all tonight. I don't recall.
Go back to the video. Go watch the whole 3-hour episode again.
I am not doing that, and no one else
I don't
should
blame
either.
you. I wouldn't.
But
either.
Yeah,
Yeah, 640 days.
he just had a quick interview with Gunther. This was ahead of the Gauntlet match, which we covered at the top of the show. I guess that brings us back round to the main event where we were. Anything else on tonight's show, or shall we move into our jobber and mega stars of the night? All right,
Who do we pick?
well,
You know what? You were here last week. You should go first.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Guys, this is my pick is actually based off of the last several weeks of hearing words just tumble out of this man's mouth that sometimes make sense and sometimes don't. But my jobber of the night is Pat McAfee.
Yeah?
Pat McAfee.
Let's
Yeah,
hear this. Let's hear this.
His commentary, I just don't think it's working like he did on his last run. Like he just feels slightly out of step, slightly out of touch with the way the product's going. I just find a lot of what he's saying to be just dumb. just dumb and thoughtless and just like really like very the first thing that pops into his head. Cringe, as my children would say. Like I don't think his commentary is good. I don't like hearing him. Like I said earlier, like I miss Wade Barrett. I mean that for a bunch of reasons. Like I'm hoping that when they go to Netflix, he's not on the commentary team.
Those are some real Cowboys, Tyler. You don't like the Cowboys? Those are some real Cowboys behind us, Tyler.
One more time, John. Is it the Cowboys?
I'll yeet it up, yeeting all over myself. Like, no, like, and here's the thing, like, I'm a native of the state of West Virginia here. And he played, Pat played college football for WVU. So, like, he's a hero. Like, they're like, I get it, but my God, I don't want to hear the man talk anymore. And I thought he was good on commentary. I used to like him.
You know what they're going to do, right? When they go to Netflix, they'll make it so you can pay not to hear him.
There you go. You can choose your commentary team. That would actually be kind of cool.
Tyler picks the silence.
Hey, so back in the day, this is going for the our PWG fans. But back in the day, PWG's DVDs, like the commentary with that was generally Excalibur and whomever else they would have on there. The commentary wasn't well received or liked by a good portion of the viewing audience. So they had the option on the DVDs to either have the commentary or just like generic rock music played over the matches. So, but yes, but that's my pick, Pat. Sorry, brother. We'll see what happens for you next week. But yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a
my
pick
jobber
or-
of the night. Yeah. Well, I think my jobber of the night is Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ooh.
Why?
Do
Because
tell.
he was against Sami Zayn with 10% of power, and he lose again, like every single week. So it's my jobber of the night.
Honestly, mine's kind of in the same boat as yours, but not the same person. I gotta go with Gable. Honestly,
Oh,
like he should have won. That's what I'm basically getting at.
your
Right?
jobber of the night is just
Like I'm not like he's grown on me. I will give it that. But like the packages they put together for the video segments were like, okay, this man's gonna get like a huge match and then go over, and then he doesn't, which sucks. So hopefully a triple threat
maybe
at Mania.
Maybe
Come on,
please,
Mania.
Triple H.
Zayn,
Do it, Triple
Gunther,
H.
and Gable. Hunter, I know
Yeah.
you're watching.
Book it.
Book it.
You're watching.
Do it.
I know you.
I'm
So
gonna give
it's
him. I'm gonna give him this. I'm gonna give Hunter this story right here. Right. I'm gonna see if Chad Gable
Exclusive.
actually ends up at WrestleMania, because if he does not, we will have to have a conversation about Hunter's ability to end a storyline. I'm sorry. We will have to start looking back and realizing that things are not the way they should be.
He's
But
mad.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's an absolute possibility that Chad Gable could still end up in the WrestleMania match. Because if he
Agreed.
doesn't, we're going to have a real conversation.
Agreed.
That doesn't work for me, bro.
No, I'll just say it now. I think it's gonna happen soon. Not sure when, but I'm thinking it's gonna be that. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy to like back up the theory.
Yeah.
So Tyler, your superstar of the evening.
Megastar.
Megastar
Megastar of the evening.
Superstar of the evening is the great value version of Megastar of the night.
Woo! We can afford bigger words.
Yeah. But my Megastar of the night. So it kind of came down between two people, but tonight I almost picked Sami Zayn
Oh,
because I thought he looked good tonight. It was a big win for him, but I'm kind of hot about the finish because I wanted it to be Chad Gable. So sorry, Sammy. But I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes tonight for all the reasons I stated earlier. His promos are absolutely on fire. He is doing everything that a babyface should do. I think he is becoming what they wanted John Cena to be. Like he's becoming that. Like it's the entire crowd is behind him, and when he finishes the story at WrestleMania, it's going to be an amazing.
They're going to give him a bigger pyro budget.
Oh my God!
2 trailers.
His pyro budget, like the value of it, is going to be equal to like the operating cost of my state of Ohio that I live in, like the government operating cost.
His WrestleMania pyro is just the Trinity test scene from Oppenheimer. It's like it just takes out Philadelphia. We're fine. It's for Cody. It was for Cody.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
He finished the story, baby.
Hey, actually, I got one. Have you guys seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Remember that scene in the forest,
Yeah.
or the Amazon's like, let's blow it up. It's that'll be the pyro.
It's inspiring.
We'll be up in the stands with the clickers. Just that'll be him.
Yeah, so Cody Rhodes, my megastar of the night.
Oh my
Good
god,
pick.
Oppenheimer. That's
Thank you,
great.
thank you.
That's great. Eduardo, I'll let you go first.
My megastar of the night is the man Becky Lynch.
Oh,
Yeah, because she had a lot of time on TV tonight. She had one match and 2 promos backstage.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they're getting some heat back on her because I mentioned myself a few weeks ago that I felt that she was pretty chilly, pretty cooled off and
Chilly.
a little chilly. But yeah, they definitely got a little spice back to her tonight.
Spice.
Yeah,
Irish spice.
yeah, she's
Okay.
my megastar.
So,
You know?
I don't think I've picked him in the past as a megastar, not for any big reason in particular, but tonight I'm going to go with Drew. That man is just cooking with all his promos, and like you said earlier, Tyler, two things he's carrying with himself right now.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
all he's
carrying
doing
good
is talking shit or talking like sense.
Yeah.
So
And,
that's
I mean, somewhere in between, like he's doing some just beautifully crafted heel work. He'll
Yeah.
work in truth. Like he speaks a lot of truth in his promos, but then he just works in that one lie or that one exaggeration. This is kind of a big comparison. That was something that Bobby Heenan was just so good at. And I know it's an odd comparison to compare Drew McIntyre to Bobby the Brain Heenan, but the Brain could do that. He would work those promos where it's like, man, like I see why people side with you. Oh wait, you son of a bitch!
you're an asshole.
Yeah, it works. But yeah, but man, Drew, yeah, he's been on fire. And again, like the character work he's doing is amazing. He's carrying two feuds.
I probably missed this, and I know our fearless leader might swoop in and answer this. Did they announce what his situation is contract-wise, or is that still up in the air? No?
And as far as I know, they haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering at
He's in
this
the
point. I've wondered at this point if he has re-signed.
I can
There's
see
a-
it.
And they just kept
There's
it
a
really quiet.
there's no real news about his contract situation, but he is advertised for the Italian tour in May, which
Okay.
is after when his contract is supposed to be expiring. So if they haven't come to an agreement at the very least, I'd like to think that they feel that they will. I believe that the company believes that they have him on lock. Otherwise, why set up a storyline that's clearly not going to take place until much
Right.
after his contract should have expired?
True.
Although it would be pretty funny if he just shits on CM Punk for fucking 6 months and leaves. No receipt. That was his plan all along. I just don't like that guy.
Holy shit.
Going back to TNA.
So the other thing I was gonna say is, along with that, like you said, what if he's done like a secret signing, and just to keep people's attention, they're saying he hasn't signed anything yet? Possible.
I would love if the company could still keep secrets like that, but I think they'd have to keep the secret from him too. You just don't tell him that you're ready to sign him until you got the paperwork ready in front of his face. Otherwise, some loser is watching across the room ready to text
I
Sean
saw
Ross
that.
Sapp and Dave Meltzer. Like,
We're dropping names.
I
We're
just saw
dropping
him put
names.
pen to paper. I just saw it.
I just saw him hold a contract. I don't know what it's for. I just hold it. I just saw him holding it. Holy shit. Okay. We're gonna cause some problems.
Yeah.
No.
Never.
We're not causing.
Holy
any
shit.
problems.
Okay.
We're not causing any problems.
All the problems.
We're not.
Inferno
we're-
match.
They're not. They're not. That wasn't anything bad. I have
I know.
nothing bad to say about the other wrestling journalists in this
No.
world of ours, I guess. Although they better get used to us, because I'll
It's
say
happening.
that much.
It's a
we
takeover.
ain't going nowhere, baby.
No, we're here. We're here.
Hair care and everything. Mortal can't do it. I just remember.
I can do it.
You'll
I
see
just,
us.
I don't like that hair stuff. That's baldist, and I don't appreciate that.
You're gonna see me and Tyler in like our own brand of shampoos in the future.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
pretty rad.
baldism. Man, I
It'll
don't
be like-
appreciate that. Thank you.
It'll
But
be like
remember,
scented. or
hey,
some shit.
shampoo in wrestling has a storied history. I will point out the fact that Booker T and Edge had a feud over who would be able to appear in a Japanese shampoo commercial. Okay, so
I don't remember that one.
A WrestleMania feud.
yeah, that was a WrestleMania match. I
That
didn't
was a
remember that.
WrestleMania feud,
Holy
baby.
shit.
It happened though.
All
There's
right.
a lot of, hair versus
It was
hair
Vince
matches.
era.
It was.
Yeah, I could see that easily.
Oh,
That's
dude.
the messed up part. I could see that. Holy, we're gonna go in different directions.
Yeah, but
Shampoo and fist fights.
Oh.
But gentlemen,
¿Qué
go ahead.
pasó?
Let's go ahead and tell the
¿Qué
folks
pasó?
where they can find us, and we'll go ahead and sign off for the
Tim Hortons.
Okay,
No.
well, you can find me in all social media, like Soy Eduardo Bates. And thank you for having me again here. And let's go with, if Chad Gable, if Triple H doesn't make that triple threat with Chad Gable, I shave my hair.
Ooh. It's
Yeah.
official.
It's official.
I'm clipping that. I'm gonna send it to you. You gotta post it
Yeah.
on your social.
I
That
don't
was
have
an
any problem.
official. That was
Hunter,
a
This is
declaration.
something between you and me.
See,
That's
could make some-
incredible. I love it.
I can
Yeah.
make an equally stupid one if I want to right now.
No, but
So
you gotta
you
gotta
can
have
do
to
something,
stick to
Caesar.
it.
You need
If
to
you
do
say-
something.
If you say something right now, not only is it going to be on video, I'm going to clip it. I'm going to post it and specifically say this person said they
Yeah.
would do this thing.
Because
And if
I
you
want to point
do it-
out that we still have not acquired JBL's hat for consumption, so we've already fallen down once on this.
We need some
Yeah.
integrity to be shown here, okay? If you're gonna put some hair on the line, you're gonna have to
Eduardo's
give
the man.
Molly Holly
Oh,
did not
no.
shave her head to be disrespected with false hope and lies and stipulations.
I
So
think
Caesar,
we all need to do something. You
we all
first.
need to shave.
No.
If you want.
Well,
Caesar, I'd be careful what
You
you're
can
gonna
shave
say
your
now.
eyebrows.
is
No,
what
I
I'm
know.
gonna say.
I know.
God. Oh, man.
Well, my pick is it's true. So if Hunter, this is something between
This
you
is
and
how
me.
much he believes that
Yeah.
Chad Gable will be put in the
Yeah.
match. But
Holy moly.
Caesar, sir, where can we
Okay,
find you?
so I'm Caesar. You guys can find me at YouTube across all the social media platforms. There are too many to name, so I'm not going to name all of them. And I'm not going to do something as crazy as Eduardo, but I will say Gable needs to be in the triple threat at Mania, Hunter. I'm
Maybe
not
a
making
tattoo
any
or
weird
something.
bets. I don't know. I'll chug a coffee or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something. But I'm not making any crazy bets. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'll try to. I'll do a little work this week and try to think of something that's outlandish and kind of crazy that I can do that wouldn't involve me removing these luscious locks or shaving my beard
Ooh,
because I will look like a 15-year-old, the oldest
I got-
15-year-old on the planet. But
Do your thing
But-
first, and then I got a question after you.
all right,
Do your thing first.
but yes, I am Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster, at PW Hipster, pretty much across the board. But again, though, most of what I post and most of my content is going to be at the Pro Wrestling Hipster on Facebook there. And of course, here on the Dirt Sheet Radio post shows every Monday night, talking Raw with Eduardo and Caesar. And then also on Tuesday nights, breaking down NXT. I'm not sure what the permanent lineup's going to be right now over there, but no, I know it's me and CJ for sure. I know it's me and CJ for sure, but I'm not sure if we're going to do some rotation there or not. But always fantastic. Yeah, so always appreciate you guys tuning in for that. But yeah, that's where you can find me, and we'll be here, you know. But Caesar, you said you had a question before we hop off the air tonight.
Have you teased your wife and said you want to cut your hair, and has she threatened you for that?
Oh, that's part of the reason. Part of the reason I couldn't cut my hair.
I had a friend of mine. I joked with her. I was like, I took some time off. I was like, when I come back, I'm cutting this, and it's gonna be gone. I got the dirtiest look ever. She's like, "You touch that, I'll kill you." I'm like
if I lost it due to natural circumstance,
yeah,
it'd be fine. But no, I
That'd be funny though. That'd be really fucked up. Like if you married someone and then like the next week you came to home and they were a completely different person. I got ripped off. I'm taking the receipt back to the fucking chapel and we're gonna figure out how to get you back and get a new one.
Either put that shit back on or we're annulling this.
Get a new one. Wow.
But seriously, if I shaved my beard and like cut my hair really short or cut it off completely, I could hide from the police. Let's
try this out.
No, we're not going to try it out.
Maybe you can shave your eyebrow.
What?
Kane,
no, just
Kane.
one. Just one.
Kane. If Kane can do it, you can do it.
Well, I think someone in the comments said that guy looks like X-Pac, and I'm assuming he was talking about me. That did happen to Sean Waltman. He did get his eyebrows shaved.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you. I'm assuming that was directed at myself.
I don't even think Dwayne Johnson has eyebrows. He's like just growing them back. It's this weird full bald thing going on. It's no hair at all.
Yeah.
It's just easier. He can swim faster. It's for the Moana. Live action.
Caesar's fire.
Right. But gentlemen, wonderful evening and discussion of Raw as always. It was fantastic to be back with you guys this week. Look forward to doing this again next week because we are ramped up for WrestleMania, and every week pretty much here. Every week's a big show.
Brother.
So there's gonna be big brother.
We're gonna be on the pre-show.
There's gonna be big stuff coming on the show.
Thank you to all our new viewers, by the way. I see you. You are not forgotten. We love you. You stood for 2 fucking hours. You didn't drop off, you fucking maniacs. You are awesome. Make sure to join us tomorrow night for NXT, Wednesday night for Dynamite, Thursday night for Impact, Friday night for SmackDown. And we don't have any pay-per-views this week. Thankfully, some of us can get some rest.
Wait. Does that mean there will be a Collision show on Saturday?
Maybe, unless next week there's a fucking pay-per-view to block it out.
Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Yeet.